In this video for how to play The Walking Dead All-Out War, we're going to be looking at the melee phase. During the melee phase, if a survivor is in base-to-base contact with an enemy, whether that's a walker or a rival survivor, they must choose to fight or defend. Here you can see that Carl and Patrick are in base-to-base, which means both of them must choose whether to fight or to defend. Patrick decides that he is going to take a swing at Carl with his baseball bat. Normally Patrick rolls one white dice for a melee attack, but because he's got a baseball bat, he rolls an extra red dice. He rolls the dice and scores 1. However, because he's got the bruiser ability, he can re-roll the 1 red dice with the baseball bat, so now scores 2. Carl, on the other hand, has no hand-to-hand weapon, but he does still roll a red dice for melee or defense. He chooses to try and get a lucky hit on Patrick and goes for a melee hit with 1 red dice and scores nothing. In this example, both players compare the results, and the difference between the winning result and the losing result is the amount of damage that the loser receives. In this case, Carl gets 2 wounds and is pushed back 1 inch from the winner. Now we'll look at combat against walkers, which works slightly differently. That's because walkers must always attack and can never defend. Plus they get ganging up bonuses depending upon how many walkers are attacking the same survivor. Normally, they get 1 red dice. However, if there are 2 walkers, they get 3 dice. 3 walkers would get 6 dice, 4 walkers would get 10 dice, and so on. Which means that if you get surrounded by walkers, it's often game over for the survivor in question. Luckily, Rick is only surrounded by 2 walkers here, so they roll their 3 dice and score just 1 hit. Rick gets 1 white dice for melee, but we've also armed him with an optional hatchet, which means he gets to roll an extra white dice and scores 4 hits, plus he gets 2 criticals, which against a walker count as headshots. So both walkers are removed from play. The only way to kill a walker is by scoring a headshot, otherwise you just push them over and knock them down. So Rick has had a lucky escape in that situation. Next we'll be looking at the threat tracker and what happens when survivors start to panic.